Warning, this video is satire. I advise you to not follow the steps I'm about to mention. Matter of fact, do the exact opposite. I am not a financial advisor, and once again, this is just meant to be a joke. I'm going to talk about how to stay poor. Step 1 that you want to follow is spend more than you earn. Live beyond your means. Buy things that you cannot afford with the money that you don't have. Max out your credit cards on things you don't really need. Then act surprised when the bill arrives of payment. Always buy the latest gadgets and cars, even if you have to take out a loan. Never track your expenses. Who needs that stress, right? If your bank account hits zero, just borrow more money. Number 2, never save money. Saving is for the boring. Spend every dollar you make and don't think about emergencies. If an unexpected expense comes up, just panic and hope for a miracle. Tell yourself you'll start saving next month, but never actually do it. Laugh at people who talk about emergency funds because clearly they don't know how to live in the moment. Number 3, ignore investments. Why make money work for you? Why would you do that? Just let inflation eat it away. Investing is for smart people, and you're too cool for that. Keep all your money in a low interest savings account and complain when your purchasing power shrinks. Never learn about stocks, real estate, or business. Just assume they are all scams. Number 4, rely on one source of income. If your job disappears, so does your entire financial stability. Never look for side hustles because working extra is for sellouts. Trust that your company will take care of you forever and that they love you. Even if they laid off thousands of people before you. When people suggest diversifying your income, just roll your eyes. Having multiple streams of income is too much work, right? Number 5, avoid learning about money. Financial literacy is for nerds. Who needs to understand budgeting, investing, or taxes? Money is just a tool for spending, not something to manage wisely. Never read books, watch videos, or take courses about finance. If you ever run into financial trouble, just say, I was never taught this in school. Number 6, take on a lot of debt. Swipe that credit card recklessly. Loans and debt make life more exciting. Never worry about how much you owe. Just make the minimum payments and pretend the problem doesn't exist. Get payday loans with sky-high interest rates, because instant cash is all that matters. When people warn you about debt, call them paranoid and ignore their advice. Number 7, ignore your credit score if you're an American or Canadian, or a place where credit score means something significant. Let your credit score plummet by missing payments. That way, borrowing money becomes even more expensive. If you can't get approved for a car or a house, just blame the system instead of your financial habits. Don't even bother checking your credit report. You might find mistakes, and fixing them takes efforts. When your credit is terrible, celebrate by applying for more credit cards. Number 8, follow get rich quick schemes. Scammers love easy targets. Invest in sketchy crypto coins and pyramid schemes. If someone promises you guaranteed returns, immediately give them all your savings. Avoid traditional investments because they take time and you want to be rich overnight, right? When the scam collapses, just move on to the next opportunity. Number 9. Quit jobs impulsively. If you don't like your boss, quit without a backup plan. Employment stability is overrated. Complain about every job you get and quit the moment things get tough. Never try to improve your skills or workplace situation. Just assume the next job will be magically better. If you keep quitting, eventually you'll run out of places to work, which is perfect for staying broke. Number 10. Never negotiate your salary. Accept whatever pay you're given and never ask for a raise. Stay underpaid forever. Even when you get more responsibilities, just be happy you have a job. If your company gives tiny raises while inflation soars, just shrug and hope things work out. When someone negotiates their salary, call them greedy while you struggle to pay rent. Number 11. Let inflation destroy your purchasing power. Keep all your money in cash and avoid assets that appreciate over time. Inflation will shrink your wealth, but that's future use problem. Instead of investing, just complain about rising prices. When your money loses value, pretend it's out of your control. Blame the economy instead of adapting to it. Number 12. Waste money on status symbols. Luxury cars, designer clothes, and the latest gadgets. These are must-haves. Even if you're drowning in debt, looking rich is more important than being rich. Take out loans, do fun vacations, and show off on social media. Always upgrade your phone, even if your current one works fine. Ignore those boring people who say wealth is silent, but poverty is loud. Number 13. Party and gamble excessively. Who needs a financial plan when you can YOLO your money away at clubs, casinos, and sports betting? Spend your weekends getting bottle service and flexing on Instagram. When you lose money gambling, just chase your losses. It will work eventually, right? Tell yourself that you'll stop next time, but actually never stop. If things go south, just blame bad luck. Number 14. Avoid budgeting like a plague. Tracking expenses is boring. Just spend freely and hope for the best. Assume that as long as you're making money, you're fine. Never question where your money goes each month. If you run out of cash, just use your credit card. Problem solved. Number 15. Never plan for retirement. Your future self will figure it out. No need for a 401k, IRA, or any long-term planning. Tell yourself you will work forever. Even if your health declines, when you reach old age and have no savings, just hope the government helps you out. Ignore the fact that retirees with no money often struggle and depend on others. Number 16. Ignore health and insurance. insurance because nothing bad will happen to me, right? If you get sick or injured, just cross your fingers and hope for the best. Remember, hospitals love surprise bills. Number 17. Surround yourself with bad influences. Hang out with people who encourage reckless spending and bad habits. Peer pressure is a great way to stay broke. If your friends don't care about their future, why should you? Avoid successful, disciplined people. They might make you feel bad about your choices. Instead, stick with the ones who laugh at the budgeting and planning. Number 18. Believe money is evil. Tell yourself that wanting to be financially stable is greedy, so it's better to stay broke. Say things like, money doesn't buy happiness, while struggling to pay rent. Assume all rich people are corrupt, and that's the only way to build wealth. Never try to improve your situation, because doing so would make you one of them. Stay poor to keep your moral superiority intact. Number 19. Never take risks or try to improve. Stay in your comfort zone forever. Don't learn new skills, start a business, or take any financial risks. When opportunity comes your way, reject them out of fear. Tell yourself that successful people just got lucky. If you never try, you will never fail, but you'll also never succeed. Number 20. Blame others for your financial problems. Never take responsibility. Blame the government, the economy, or your upbringing. Just don't take action to change. If you are broke, it's always someone else's fault. When people offer advice, ignore it and complain instead. The more you blame others, the less you have to do anything about your situation. I hope this doesn't help, and I wish you a good life. And now, back to reality, of course. As I said before, this is meant to be satire. Don't follow any of these steps, but follow the following ones. So, instead of point 1, spend more money than you earn, you should spend less money than you earn, of course. Instead of never save money, you should divide up your income and save a bit at least. And point 3, ignore investments. Do not do that. You should invest. Number 4, rely on one source of income. The more sources of income you have, the less you have to rely on any of those sources. So if you lose your job, you have other sources of income to depend upon. Number 5, avoid learning about money. Schools do not really teach you how to take care of your income and money and savings. That's why you should learn yourself by reading, watching videos, or following courses on how to invest and take care of your money. Number 6, take on a lot of debt. Absolutely do not do that. In my opinion, there's only one debt you should have, and one debt that some people just cannot avoid. The one debt you could or should have, what I see as a good debt, is when you buy a house. So a loan on buying a house I don't see as a bad debt. And there's a debt that a lot of people cannot avoid, and that is a student loan debt. So any other debt, in my opinion, is bad. Number 7, ignore your credit score. As far as I know, in the US and in Canada, they work with credit scores. I'm not sure about Canada, but in the United States, A credit score is an important thing, and do not ignore it if you want to get loans for stuff like a house. Number 8, follow get-rich-quick schemes. Definitely do not follow get-rich-quick schemes. You will either get lucky and make some money, and in the next quick scheme you will lose it, or you will just lose it all at once. Number 9, quit jobs impulsively. Don't do that. Make sure to have a backup plan. Number 10, never negotiate your salary. When you go and apply for a job, in my opinion, one of the most important things, because it is your time for the most part of the day that you give to the company, you should always try to get the most out of the salary negotiation. Number 11, let inflation destroy your purchasing power. The reason why you should invest, in my opinion, or why I invest, is because having money on the bank that doesn't give a lot of interest rate back on it, it's just not a smart idea, because the money you get back from the bank is much less than the inflation per year that you keep the money on the bank. Number 12, waste money on status symbols. Don't buy the newest phones. If you have bought a phone last year, just because there's a phone with a one number higher and slightly better camera, you don't have to spend thousands of dollars to get that one. There's no reason for it. You won't become a better person for it, and your life won't improve significantly. Number 13, party and gamble excessively. This is an absolute no-go, especially gambling. For me, gambling is literally, I see it as a sin. Don't gamble. I see in the last couple of months to years that gambling is promoted heavily. Just don't do it. You will destroy your life with it. Number 14, avoid budgeting like the plague. I will be making a video on budgeting and how I budget, so budget. Number 15, never plan for retirement. If there's anything you should do, is accept the fact that you won't live forever, but also accept the fact that tomorrow is not your last day. It's better to have it if you need it than to not have it and waste away. Number 16, ignore health and insurance. I mean, there's no reason for both of those. I mean, no reason to ignore them, of course. Number 17, surround yourself with bad influences. In my experience, when I was younger, I had that problem. And it took me a lot of years to realize that. So I was a lot of steps behind. So just avoid bad influence. Number 18, believe money is evil. Money is not evil. Money is just a tool. So it's what you do with the money. There's no evil or good in money. Number 19, never take risks or try to improve. I'm not a really risky guy, but I do try to improve. And every investment has a minimum and a maximum risk. So I try to take risk, but keep it at a minimum. And number 20, blame others for your financial problems. The first thing you have to do when a mistake is made is blame yourself and approve. And that's basically it. Never blame others or systems or people. The fact that it happened and could be avoided is your problem. And that's just the way it works. Thank you for watching. watching. Have a great day. And as always, I would like to thank the following people that donated and bought me a coffee. Phil at Excelsior7, Dominic Bain, Rob, Denise, Antox, and Sam B. Thank you so much for donating and supporting my channel. I wish you all the best. Have a good day and a good life.